We begin this half hour with jury selection getting underway today in a gut-wrenching case in Georgia. 35-year-old Justin Ross Harris accused of intentionally leaving his 22-month-old son in a car on a hot day, causing his son's death. NBC's Kerry Sanders is outside the courthouse for us. Kerry, good morning.
Well, good morning, Willie. Picking a jury that has no knowledge or preconceived notions of guilt in this case is going to be difficult. Young Cooper's death was, according to the authorities, horrific and premeditated. They believe that his father intentionally left him in a car to die because he wanted a life free of responsibilities. As his trial begins today, Justin Ross Harris has never wavered. Almost 2 years after leaving his 22-month-old son, Cooper, strapped in a baby seat in a sweltering hot SUV where he died, Harris's defense has never changed.
Cooper's death was a horrible, gut-wrenching accident.
Authorities aren't budging either. They say Cooper's death was deliberate, that he was murdered by his father, who was living a double life.
Evidence is showing us right now that he's got this whole second life that he's living with alternate personalities and alternate personas.
At a 2014 pretrial hearing, police dropped bombshells alleging that Harris was exchanging sexually explicit texts and pictures with up to 6 women as his son was trapped in a car with temperatures that climbed to 120 degrees. 3 of those women he was allegedly sexting were under 18 years old. And police say just 2 months before his son's death, Harris had researched child deaths in overheated cars and life without children.
It proves motive because he was unhappy in his marriage. We planned to show that he wanted to live a child-free life.
Harris's defense attorney has consistently pushed back.
There's been no connection whatsoever between the events of that day and the death of this child and this fantasy texting or whatever it is.
Charged with 16 counts, including murder and child cruelty, Harris has pled not guilty to all the allegations.
Good morning, Mrs. Harris.
Harris is now divorced from his wife, Leanna, Cooper's mother, but she says she does not think her son was murdered.
She always stood by him. She always believed it was an accident. She never has ever wavered from that. There's no doubt in her mind that it was an accident.
In the early days of this investigation, police also looked closely at Leanna, the wife, thinking that she may have conspired with her husband in a sinister plot, but she has never been charged and now may find herself as a witness for both the prosecution and the defense. Willie, Savannah?
It's a horrible story all the way around. Kerry Sanders in Georgia for us. Thanks, Kerry.